Hi everybody, thank you for joining me and welcome to my channel. This is your reading for weekly daily from April 27th until May 3rd or 4th. Is it 3rd or 4th? Anyway, I hope you guys are doing well. In this reading, we are going to do a reading for every single day this week from Monday through Sunday. So we have 7 different options, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. And alongside every single option, you can choose a day of the week. So this can be your Sunday, this can be your Friday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Monday, whatever you like. Okay, so sit back, relax, come back and watch throughout the week for special readings for every day of the week. If you're watching this in a year from now, 2 years from now, feel free to watch this as a timeless reading. It will work probably whenever you are called to it, but we are reading for the last week of April in 2020. Okay, so I'm going to start with number 1. I hope you guys are doing great, and let's just get right into it. Okay, so here is your number 1. You should have a day of the week chosen for this option between Monday and Sunday. Ready? Okay, so your first card is the Queen of Cups, or the Queen of Hearts. And then we have the 7 of Spades. I love this 7 of Spades. And then we are going to get, hold on, the 9 of Clubs. Okay, so I have a feeling as though you're coming to terms with something on this day. Something that was somewhat a barrier for your happiness in the past. So something you didn't feel comfortable about, or maybe you had some hang up, or you felt very intimidated by a situation or something. You're really figuring out how to get through the problem and get to the other side. I think that you've been very brave, and on this day that bravery is paying off. So you are feeling more inspired, more motivated to confront whatever it is that has been holding you back, and you go for whatever it is that you want, and guess what? You are going to get it. Okay, next message is the 5 of Wands. You've been probably very much trying to figure out what to do about this situation. Oh yeah, I have the autofocus off. So you've been wondering very much what to do about this situation. You may have felt that you can go one way and then another way, and you don't know which way to go with things. So you feel like you have courage to go after what you want, and then you hold back. And it's been quite frustrating for you because you just want to get over this hang up or whatever's holding you back and go for it. So on this day is the day in which you get over whatever's been holding you back. The next message is the 7 of Wands. So this is about sticking up for yourself, and in some way I have a feeling that you've been shy to do something, shy to move forward in some direct way, or it's been like you had a situation in the past that intimidated you, and you've carried that shyness from the previous situation all this time, and that's always held you back. It's always held you back from doing this simple, it feels like not a simple task, but something that you think shouldn't be such a heavy burden or such a problem. And so it's been irritating that you can't open up, or you don't move forward when it's so easy to do so. You're psyching yourself out over and over again. You're dropping the ball on things, and it's been allowing things and opportunities to slip through your hands for a long time. I can sense the frustration. This is the past. And on this day, you finally figure out, you overcome whatever it is that is holding you back. You have been trying time and again to confront it. Maybe you've been trying to talk to someone, walk up to someone who you want to start a conversation with, but you always hold back. But you've been trying and trying and trying, and it's that I sense that trying and trying again. And when you actually do it on this day, you're going to notice how much easier it is than what you were worried about. The next message is Knight of Swords. So once you do whatever it is that has been holding you back, you are going to very much do it and do it well. So it's going to be, it's one of those things that we all have these kinds of things. It's one of those things where, for whatever reason, it's been too hard for you. It's been too hard for you. It's been something that you can't get over yourself. It's kind of like a brain fart where you can't remember something. Remember? And then when you remember, but then when you remember, it's like, once you remember, it's like so simple and it's much easier than what you thought. So that's the kind of energy. And I have a feeling that maybe somebody is coming towards you with some good news. This is the Knight of Swords, and I think he's bringing you some good news on this day that's going to be very positive, okay? Now let's take a look at your Lenormand cards. We have the Motel, the Star, okay? Star, good luck and opportunity is with you on this day. We have the Moon Motel. This is different than the Tarot Moon. This has a lot to do with like beauty, success. I think that you've been waiting to put yourself out there in some way. You've been like, talk to someone, tell others how you feel. You've been holding yourself back from doing something, and now on this day you are going to in some way do it. It could very well be to tell someone how you feel about them, to talk about a sensitive topic, something that you really want to happen. This isn't a difficult conversation in the sense that it's something hurtful. This is something about getting something you want. We have the Mountain. That's the obstacle right there. Something feels like it's very, very hard for you to achieve, but you're there anyway. You have the Bouquet. See, it's going to be much better than what you think. I think that these things will come later, the success of it all, the outcome, the prestige. But for now, you're taking the first steps, and it feels so good on this day. And then we have the House, okay? So I have a feeling that there's going to be communication around your house, some good news coming to your house. Some of you may receive a present. And I think on this day, it's really going to be about facing the thing you've been avoiding, facing the thing that has been beating you down, overcoming it, and doing whatever it is that has been deprioritized. I also just got a channeled message that for some of you, this means that you have in some way been putting something off, doing something like a chore, but you've been putting it off because you're intimidated by it or something like that. And so on this day, you actually go for it. On this day, you claim the prize. You go after what you want, okay? And you feel satisfied that you got there. Okay, that was really long, wasn't it? Okay, so we're going to do number 2. I can't see my timer. Hold on. Oh yeah, that was long. Okay, we'll just go with it. Okay, so this is number 2. Let's go. So we have the 5 of Spades. So you should choose a day of the week, and this is going to be your daily reading for that day. 5 of Spades, the 2 of Spades. Oh, wow. Okay. And putting definitely putting your cards out on the table. You're going to be putting your cards out on the table for someone else. You're going to be telling them how you feel. You're going to be saying whatever it is that you need to say, and then you're going to be waiting for an answer. That answer is going to be received really well. This is the Queen of Diamonds. I have a feeling that you tell someone something on this day with appreciation or apprehension, wondering if it's going to be received well. How are they going to take it? Are they going to accept it? And then you're going to have a moment of waiting. You're going to have a moment of waiting to see what the outcome is, waiting to see how they're going to receive this idea, how they're going to go with it. And I think that what you're going to see is like very receptive energy. This person is going to be excited to hear what you have to say. If you're asking some kind of proposition, like with some kind of idea, an invitation perhaps, this person is going to be on board. Let's take a look at your next card. We have the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. I was doing something else and I turned off the autofocus, so we're not going to have autofocus today. So I can't show you the cards up close, but I hope you can see them from where you're at. So we have the King of Swords, Gemini, Aquarius, or Libra. Basically, in a situation, it's gotten to the point that you have to put your cards out on the table. You have to, in some way, let someone know exactly what's going on. No hidden feelings, no hidden agenda. Everything's going to be out there. There's no point in holding back any longer. And it's a logical decision. It's not an emotional one. You're just like, I have to tell this person whatever's on my mind. I have to tell them the truth in some cases. I have to tell them whatever it is, and then hopefully they are going to understand where I'm coming from. Hopefully they are going to reciprocate, and hopefully they are going to just hear me out. Here is the next message. We have the Three of Cups, reunion. You're going to sit there and you're going to hope that they're going to receive your message. You're going to hope that they're going to be on the same page. It's like asking someone if they want to travel with you. Hey, you want to take a trip? And you're kind of putting yourself out there. And that person, and then you're going to wait for that person to get back to you. But whatever it is that you're suggesting, I think it's going to be received well. And then we have the Wheel of Fortune, Jupiter. There's definitely some kind of a big thing attached to this situation. There is some kind of like big change of luck, luck for the better, transformation. This is a good thing that you're doing, and this is leading you in a good direction. Okay, so let's take a look at our Lenormand cards for this day. We have the Path. Yeah, you've been on two sets of mind. I want to go this way, I want to go that way. And then we have the Rider, something new coming in. This is going to be something that is unexpected by the other person. One person's not going to expect the information to come through in the way that it is. The next message is the Bouquet. So I think that you're waiting for the consequences of something that you've put effort into. You're waiting for the positive outcome for something that you have wanted to bring about in your circumstances. Then we have the Scythe, okay? So, and that's going to lead to a change and transformation. We didn't get this card here, but I really feel like there's like a hanged man sort of scenario where you're kind of waiting around and you're waiting for an outcome to come through, and then you are going to get this change and transformation. There could be another person involved, possibly a woman, who will positively influence the situation. So if you're waiting for somebody to make up their mind or form an opinion, there might be another person who positively influences a situation for the better. Here is the next message. And then you have friendship, confirmation of friendship, confirmation of loyalty and alliance. The person that you're asking or wondering about, they are going to be on the same page. I really feel vulnerability here. I really feel like you're feeling vulnerability on this day, that you're taking a chance on something or someone. By the end of the day, it's going to be confirmed, and there's loyalty and trust there, okay? So from something, and if there's a conflict, then I feel as though there's reconciliation, an improvement for the better, and I feel like from you're waiting for something to work out, and it's going to, okay? So that's number 2. Okay, so now we're going to move on to number 3. So pick a day of the week, and then we will read for that day. Okay, so day number 3, let's see. We have the Ace of Spades, okay? Ace of Spades. That's the Ace of Swords. The 10 of Hearts. 10 of Hearts. Okay, some kind of wonderful, again, this is a real week of communication. I didn't really talk to you guys about it in terms of astrology, but there's a lot of transits moving into air signs this week. High communication, Mercury's forming a square to Pluto, Mercury's forming a square to Jupiter for a moment. There's just, and that produces like breakthroughs in communication, breaking down walls, telling other people things that haven't been said. So there's new information coming through, and this information is going to confirm closeness between family members, closeness between people who love each other. There's going to be just warmth and connection, maybe involving a Scorpio. I just got a download that for some of you, one of the people involved may have Scorpio transits. And then we have the Seven of Diamonds. And so again, there's like, this is really about bonding. Again, the transits are really beautiful for love right now, especially like if you have strong air placements. The transits are really good for love. Venus and Mars are on something called the trine, and that's a really special connection that only happens maybe once a year, twice a year. And this Venus is in Gemini, and Mars is in Aquarius, and they're forming this beautiful trine. While we're reading, the moon is in Gemini as well. So there's this really beautiful connection, and you don't have to have placements in Gemini or Aquarius to get the outcome of that. But that trine is bringing a lot of wonderful communication and warmth. It's bringing a lot of communication and warmth, a lot of flirtatiousness, taking chances, a lot of confirmation for long-term planning. And on this day, there's this, whatever day of the week you've chosen, there's this long-term establishment of trust and loyalty on this day between whoever is involved. There's a trust and a loyalty that this is going to yield a positive outcome, a trust and a loyalty that this is going somewhere. There's this just strong and firm, like think of people holding hands very firmly together or giving each other a very big hug. There's some kind of establishment of an understanding. Here is the next message. We have the Ten of Wands. So there's this sort of suspension energy going on in this week as well that I noticed. There's also this suspension of love. Okay, there's suspension. I started reading comments and gossiping. Sorry. So there's this suspension that's going on this week, and this, like, when I say suspension, I mean like things are up in the air, so to speak. There's like things that you're waiting on from other people, and there's also a lot of things that have been very, how do you say this, like intense and hard to work through, and there's been a lot of other priorities. And I feel like this week, and especially on this day, all these like loose ends are going to, sorry, I hit my tree. All these loose ends are going to be reconciled, and you'll really streamline your life. You're going to have much less separate priorities. Then we have the Empress energy. So especially connection with women, or women lead the way. Female energy leads the way in relationships, mothers, very strong maternal energy, family energy, love, companionship. This is very strong. It gets very, very simple and very self-evident about what's important, about what comes through as important. It becomes very clear. And then we have the Lovers. Oh, wow, okay. So very strong people coming together. This is a day in which, you know how like no matter what's going on at Christmas or at Easter, we're supposed to put down all the things that are going on in our lives and just be there with other people. This is the energy of that. No matter what's been going on, there's like water under the bridge, you know, the rough waters behind you now, and smooth sailing ahead, and you reconnect with the people that matter most on this day, and you reaffirm your bonds with each other. Very, very nice day, actually. So we have a man, and he's in a sweater, okay? That's a nice sweater there for this man. And then we have the woman. Oh, now we have something cooking. Okay, so he reaches out to her. There's been things between them, but I feel like he's ready to give up the fight, and so is she. So it's kind of an easy win. And then we have the key, which is one of my favorite cards. It's like a very quick resolution. It's like, okay, enough is enough. Enough with the fighting. Let's move ahead. We really love each other. And if it's not within a relationship, it's family, it's people coming together, and it's a very simple resolution. And then we have the coffin. Don't get scared. It means change or an ending. It's what I was saying, like just putting down whatever conflict has been up in the air and moving past it very, very quickly. And then you have the book, which is the intimacy piece. So what's going on here is that your hearts are really coming together with someone else. You will spend a large portion of the day in a very, very close connection with someone. I feel physically close for some of you. If you can't physically be close, then you will be close otherwise. But it's going to be this, we're going to live this life together. We're going to move in this direction together, full of hope, full of trust. There's just a very sharing of personal information with the purpose of bonding. Okay, so this is a big day of bonding, breaking down whatever has been in the way and moving forward. So that's number 3. Okay, so make sure to like, comment, and subscribe to make the energy real. And now let's move on to number 4. All right, so here we go. Number 4. Let's do this. So we have the Jack of Diamonds, and just to remind you, if you're dropping in, you should choose a day of the week for this day, and this is your daily reading for that day this week. Okay, Jack of Diamonds. Okay, an inquisitive person. Somebody's approaching someone on this day who has much more experience, who's much more established. So there's someone who's youthful approaching someone who has a lot of experience, who's very established, somebody who's older, they may be retired. Somebody's coming to someone older with a very good idea. The next message is the Jack of Clubs. So I have a feeling that maybe there, in some cases, this could be that somebody is approaching one person because they want to get to know someone else. So this is like, in this scenario in my mind, it's like this is the girl and a guy's walking up to be closer to her brother so she can get to know him. But in your situation, there may be some variance with that. But I have a feeling that this person, this is the other download I got, that this person, this established energy, has had some mixed experiences with people in the past. Sometimes people have come and gone, been a little flaky, and so the same type of energy, either someone of the same age, someone of the same vibe, is coming up to this person, and this person has had a mixed history with people from that group of people. But this person is serious. This person has a good idea. This person is very hardworking and with it. They're not flaky at all. So I think this person's going to give this person a chance, but I think that it's going to involve a little bit of persuasion. Okay. Next card is, we have the Tower. So somebody wants to change something. This person wants to bring information that's going to change the circumstances. I think that this person is very comfortable in their situation. They're comfortable in what's going on. They know what things are happening, or how every day is planned out. And this person's coming through with suggesting that this person take a new adventure. If this person's in retirement, this person's going to suggest that there's going to be go out of retirement, go do something else. But there's definitely an energy here of making this person start to move again, making this person change things again because of a good idea. That's very clear. It's a good idea. This person has a good offer, something that they have on their mind, and this person is bringing that to the King of Diamonds. And then we have the Devil, which could easily make the King of Diamonds a Capricorn, or this could be a situation that had begun with Capricorn season. It was a huge Capricorn season, probably the most intense Capricorn season, that's December to January, that any of us have ever seen in our lives, obviously. And so I have a feeling that this Jack of Diamonds is in some way maybe dealing with something also that started between December and January for the better. It's like if it does have to do with the current world circumstances, it could be like an idea, a business idea, or some kind of a great idea. That's what I'm getting, a great idea, and it's very likely that you're the Jack of Diamonds, okay? You're going forward, you have something in mind, and it may have to do with the time period of December to January, and there's a bigger picture out there that you're after. And then we have Justice, which is fairness. So I have a feeling if you apply yourself well to whatever's on your mind on this day, it's going to yield for you a really good outcome. So I have a feeling if you are diligent with whatever you come up with, I think the outcome is going to be very positive, okay? Okay, so let's take a look at your Lenormand cards for this day. Number 4. So we have birds. Yeah, definitely a day for communication, wanting to relay to someone an idea or a thought. And then we have the mice, okay? So from a period of relative stasis, not doing something, to a period of working or applying yourself. And then we have a dog. So these people have an established relationship in one way or another already. There's already trust between them. They know each other, and it's moving on from having met before or knowing each other already. And then we have the woman. There may be another person in the picture like I saw here, and I have a feeling that she may be a decision maker in that. So she may be forming an opinion. Her opinion's really important, but I think she's going to give it the go-ahead. The download that I'm getting is provided that the idea is well taken care of and everybody does what they promise to say, everything's going to work out. And then we have the garden, which is like good outcomes. It reminds me of like gardening. So whatever seeds you put into the ground right now, whatever you initiate is going to yield a really good outcome. So if you're dealing with someone who you have to approach about something on this day, and they're a friend of yours or you have an established relationship, this is saying go for it. Even if you feel like it's a big task to encourage them or persuade them, this is saying that that's a good idea for you to go for it. It's going to have a good outcome despite the fact that you may have to persuade or somehow inform both people. I think that it's a very prosperous idea, okay? Okay, so that's number 4. So now pick a day of the week for number 5. So it could be Monday through Sunday this week, and I'll do a daily reading for you. Okay, so number 5, let's take a look at your reading. How are you guys liking it? I covered chat because I was listening to the gossip, and I was like, ooh, tea, do tell. Okay, number 5, let's take a look. So we have the 8 of Spades. Okay, on this day, you're not sure what to do. On this day, you wake up, you're not sure what to do. There's something on your mind. You're trying to figure it out. And then we have the 8 of clubs. I have a feeling that you have a lot of encouraging words coming to you, telling you to do it. So there's something before you that's hard to do. You don't know how to do it yet, but there's people around you who are encouraging you. And if there's no one around you, then you have it within your heart. It's like, go do it, Veroosh, or go do it, whatever your name is. Like, you can do it. There's this kind of loving energy on this day, encouraging you to be brave. You guys know what I said about Venus and Mars. Venus is currently in Gemini, and she's got that kind of energy. And Mars in Aquarius is like very good problem solver. So it's very exciting time, even though you may wake up on this day with like, oh crap, I have so many things to think about, and how am I going to work this out? I think that very quickly that will turn into excitement. Here is the next message. We have the 3 of Wands. So there's going to be a good outcome for your effort. Whatever you're trying to figure out how to do, you're going to figure out a wonderful solution. Let's see the next message. We have the 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, this is definitely about working hard for something, figuring a way of doing something, making something. There's a task or something that you're trying to complete, and you're figuring out how to do it. Here is the next message. We have the World. So this comes from a world of experience. Sorry for the pun, but this comes from the experiences you've had. You have perspective about this. You have experience that you are transferring over from other like transferable skills. You're taking one problem and you're expanding your mind. You're looking beyond the boundaries of whatever it is you're dealing with, and you're working through it with bigger concepts. It's like you're looking beyond, you're expanding your mind, you're looking beyond what's in front of you, and you're kind of incorporating a bigger perspective to have a stronger ability to deal with whatever the issue is. And then you have the 5 of Cups. So I have a feeling that there's someone around you who will be displeased. Maybe not there's someone around you who has a predisposition to be unhappy with what comes in for them, no matter what comes in. So if they move, everything's perfect. It's the perfect place. But like they find a spot on the wall and they're like, darn it, there's a spot on the wall. I can't stand it here. Like this 5 of Cups energy is a person who in circumstances just has this way about them that no matter what it is, they will find some kind of spot on the wall. They will find something to be disappointed at. And it's very important for you to turn your back on their ways and look towards the sunrise of what's actually coming in. So there's definitely someone, and I just got the download that maybe this is an aspect of some of yourself, so a part of you keeps on being underwhelmed. But for many of you, this is an outside person, and you're supposed to turn your back on the side that has a propensity to be disappointed, to feel shortchanged, and look towards all the positive outcomes that are coming in for you from the hard work that you've put in. Okay, so here is the next message. We have the Rider, something new coming in. Again, a new beginning, a new outcome. There's also unexpected to you on the horizon with regard to your work. There will be a new opportunity that you're not aware of yet, and you won't be aware of it, what it specifically is for you on this day, but it starts moving towards you on this day, whatever it is. Whether it's a new job opportunity, it has to do with work, but whatever it is, it begins to come towards you on this day, okay? And then we have the Whip, saucy and racy. Okay, so we have the Whip. Yeah, just trying to confront some of the ways of figuring something out. You really have to figure something out. I feel like some of you have been putting it off, frankly. So you've done everything else but this, and now you have to face it and do it. But you're going to do it, and you're going to spend quite a bit of time working on this day. And then you have the book, okay? So this is about reaching into your wider perspective on everything you've learned in the world. Like maybe 20 years ago, or when you were a teenager, this would have, confronting this would have really been hard for you to do. But now that you've had your experiences, maybe you've been out in the adult world for a year, 5 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever, with all this perspective, you're kind of branching out and you know how to deal with it. It's kind of a piece of cake, actually. And then you have the garden, okay? So there's good things coming in for you. You have to look through what's coming in to really see its value. So whatever's coming in for you, look through it and see the value. And in it, you'll find something new to get excited about. So look at this guy. I don't know if this is 3D reality or whatever it is, he looks excited, and I think you will be too. So look for the needle in the haystack. Don't be influenced by either a side of yourself that has a tendency towards disappointment, or if somebody around you is that way, just don't heed them any thought. You've done well on this day, you've problem solved, and you're one step closer to your goal, okay? That's number 5. And now we're going to move on to number 6. So number 6, choose a day of the week that this corresponds to, Monday through Sunday, April 27th through May 3rd. Okay, so we have the 9 of Swords, Mars in Gemini. Oh, okay, so here come the big cards. Maybe there's a little bit of a nightmare on this day, can't sleep, thinking about something, trying to figure it out. I do feel like you're going to have an early morning wake-up call because something's on your mind. Then you have the 6 of Cups, okay? You have the 6 of Cups. I think that you're missing something in the past, or you're homesick. You're missing something in the past, or you're homesick. You're looking to the past, thinking about the past, about when you were a child, or when you lived somewhere, or a different time in a different place, or you're physically far away from what you consider your home, and you're feeling that homesickness. Very quickly, I think this day, it's saying like bring flowers into the home. So if you do any sort of magic work, or if you're in otherwise into that kind of thing, bring flowers into the home, or bring some flowers. It says very soon you'll shake it off very quickly, and then you're gonna just bring some warmth in around you in some way, something that brings you joy, something that brings you light. And then you have the Jack of Hearts. And I feel like within all that, you will find the juxtaposition, the opposite of what you're missing, and you're going to find it close to home or close to where you're at. It may not be the same thing that you're missing, but it's going to have the same energy. So if you're missing your mom, you're not going to find necessarily your mom around where you're at, but maybe you'll find a ring that reminds you of her, or somehow you'll bring that, or a friend will call you that reminds you of your mom, or there will be some kind of a substitution, and it's never a perfect substitution, especially for moms, obviously, but there is definitely this yin and yang energy. So you wake up with yin, which is like missing something, an empty vessel, and then your love will come in, and it comes from your own heart, and you bring life to whatever you are doing and to the space around you. This can be a friend who reaches out, this can be kind words, all sorts of things. And then we have the Queen of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, or Scorpio, definitely nostalgic morning, okay? Nostalgic, thinking about the past, missing the past. Page of Pentacles, you get up and you go do it. I think you really actually make something around you really pretty on this day. It's that day when you get up and you're like, enough of this moping around. I'm going to just do something that I have an influence on and make things better. So you have that initiative. And then we have the Nine of Cups. This is the most depressing Nine of Cups I've seen, but I still love this deck so much, and these boots make up for the Nine of Cups looking depressing. But this is actually a very good energy. It's very likely that your day will end with like a really fun time with someone where you're having fun, enjoying yourself, spending time together. Let's see the next message from the Lenormand to summarize. We see the Anchor. Yeah, it's like coming around full. Oh, that's what it is. You're being reminded, like you're coming around full circle on something. And the thing that you're remembering in the morning is the thing that you're coming full circle around. Think of the hero's journey or something like that, where you're not quite there yet to get back to what you're missing, but that act of remembering and missing is the thing that is triggering you to remind you to keep going, to find it again, to go back. It's just reminding you of what's important. It's motivation, Scythe. So you get up, you pull up your socks or whatever it is, you put on your shoes and you go for it. Make your house better, make your garden better, whatever it is, you bring life into your house. And then you have the Rider, something new coming in. Again, flowers. Flowers represent a welcoming. So welcome the energy in whatever way you can. If you can't get to a store, many people can't, and get flowers. If you don't have a garden, then many people don't, then draw some flowers or just do something nice, like bring some life into the house. You're supposed to, on this day, welcome the energy that's coming in, and it's coming in with this Jack of Hearts. And then we have the Moon, Motel. Very, very pretty energy. The Moon in the Lenormand is different than the Tarot. So this has to do with a very pretty person, a person who has very fair features, happiness, joy, laughter. I see a nice time. And then you have the Garden. So there's going to be, I don't think you're getting to your goal on this day like full circle. I think that's like it's a bigger picture sort of thing that might last a day or two or a year or two even. Like it's a while. It's like a hero's journey, you know, like it doesn't take a day. It doesn't take a month. It takes longer periods of time. But on this day, you get a little bit of a consolation. You get a little bit something nice. Maybe you eat a nice dinner, or maybe, you know, your favorite show is on TV. There's something that really cheers you up at the end of the day. Okay? So that's number 6. And let's do number 7. Hopefully you've picked a day of the week, or you have a day of the week left over for number 7. And then I'll do your daily reading for that day. Okay, so let's do this. Number 7. So we have the 3 of Diamonds. Work, work, work. There is quite a bit of work that you're doing on this day. And then we have the 7 of Clubs. Okay, so working together with someone else. I sensed a little bit of a ego struggle, or a little bit of a, you know, a power push and pull. And then we have the 4 of Wands, but there's going to be a good outcome. So I think that maybe this might be a day, if you're married or if you have a significant other with whom you live with, that person may reach out and you might end up on like a little date with them, if you are able to see each other. So it feels like you're working, somebody's going to pull you away from whatever you're doing and then make plans for you for the evening, and those plans are going to be really nice. Very homey baloney, very like warm and nice, and closeness with someone else. Very social time. Do you guys notice how social, like all the readings are coming out? They're all like warm and friendly, maybe companionship for some of you, but friendship for others, family for others, just very nice energy. And then we have the Page of Cups, Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio, secondary transits, and Earth. You're very immersed in whatever you're doing. You're doing something new, and you're very drawn into that. And then we have the Seven of Cups, so Venus in Scorpio. Yeah, so for some of you guys, there is like a power struggle with someone, but it's minor, it's just a small part of the day. For others, you're not sure what someone else means, or something unexpected is offered, i.e. a home date with your partner. If you don't have a partner, somebody's gonna like offer something to change the course of your day, to have like a warmer time emotionally at the end of the day. And then you have the Three of Pentacles. Again, work. Thinking about work. You're very invested in work on this day. You're very invested with whatever you're doing. And no matter what you're doing, your mind keeps on going back to work. And I think that that's okay. The rest of the week seems pretty social, so you got to get some work done. For social distancing. Who's not social distancing out there? Stay safe, stay home. But even with people with whom you share a home, then that's fine, I guess. But there's always Skype or FaceTime or whatever it is that you use. Telephone. Okay, so Lenormand cards. We have the Whip. Okay, so working really hard. Really, really hard. Like, there's the time crunch, you're focused, don't distract me sort of energy. And then we have the Woman. Okay. And I feel like you feel very committed to something. You feel very committed to something as though it's a part of who you are, like very formative. I have to do this because this is who I am. This is very, very important to me. And then we have the Letter. Somebody reaches out with new information, brings information and invitation. And then we have the Cross. So it's like, it's part of a, how do you say, it's not new that they're doing this. You have an ongoing established relationship, a patternship with this person, and now you are again kind of going into that, you know, like you watch whatever show on this day, or whatever it is. It's like you have a bit of a, like a schedule. It's not scheduled because it's unexpected, but you have a bit of a ritual with someone of doing things a certain way. You know, having dinner, or, you know, going for a walk, whatever it is. And then you have Child. So this is saying that you do need to work really, really hard because something new is beginning, and that's what draws your mind away from your enjoyable time with your friend or family member or loved one, because you know that very soon and you feel that new beginning coming. Okay, so that's your weekly daily for this week. I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll talk to you guys soon. Take care. Good night.